Hey, I'm Rick from West Coast Overland, and tonight I'm going to show you how to make some Mexican corn. If you watched my salsa recipe, this is a carryover from that. Same place. I just decided to split it up into two videos. Corn.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think we're set.
So you want to prep the corn by just peeling down one side and cutting off both ends. By doing this, it allows the husk to kind of insulate it and almost steam it while it's going to be on the grill. So we'll do the same with the second one. Two corns. Once those coals are ready, we'll throw them on the grill. I've replaced the pine with mesquite, and it's just about ready. It has a better cooking consistency for open flame cooking for the corn and for meats. Pine would work, but it's going to give you an off flavor, so I recommend against using locally sourced woods. Beautiful mesquite charcoal provides the best cooking heat that I can think of. I love it. Put the corns on the grill. I like to put them husk down first so that they kind of get that steaming action first for a little bit, probably about 10 minutes. I'll rotate them while I'm at it, and we can cover them or leave them uncovered. It doesn't really matter. There's enough heat coming off of this thing for the time being. And we'll go from there. While the corns are cooking, I'm going to prepare a piece of New York strip steak that's going to go on after the corn is done. Corn is going to be kind of a appetizer. Prepare the steak just like I did on my last video that showed me doing a little bit of off-the-grid cooking at my camper. So you'll see a lot of recurring themes here, just because I like to stick with what works. Give it a rotate. There's still a lot of heat coming out of here, but it's perfect. You want it to be kind of a abrupt, forceful heat on your corn. That's why we left the husk on. In a minute, once we get a full rotation on it and we know that the corn is cooked, we'll take it off, peel the husk, and then finish it off with a little bit of fire roasting. So we're getting a nice caramelization on the kernels. So that means that we're really starting to get the desired level of cooking that we want. I'll leave it on for another 2 minutes, kind of face down, and then I'll peel that husk away and we'll finish it off. You may recognize these two sticks I was sharpening. It's just a regular wooden chopstick. We're gonna jam those into the back end of the corn, and these are gonna be our seasoning. So we've got the chili lime, same as I put on that steak, regular old Parmesan cheese, and mayonnaise. So we start with the mayonnaise. We'll just apply it with a spoon, Parmesan, and then the chili lime gives you the best tasting Mexican corn that you have ever seen on TV. If you want to make it even a little bit more authentic, use cotija, which is the crumbly, Mexican white farmer's cheese. But the Parmesan is sufficient for doing this kind of backcountry thing. The cotija has to be refrigerated. Mayonnaise, I keep it in the cooler. This is a new jar, but you could essentially get away with just bringing a jar of mayonnaise, grated Parmesan cheese, and that, plus 2 pieces of corn, or however many you want to make, and have 0 refrigeration, at least for that first day. So that makes that kind of a nice, don't want to dive into your cooler early first day type meal. Corn's looking just about right. I'm gonna peel back those husks, and then we'll put them inside of here, transfer them after they get a little bit more crisped up. First corn looks lovely. I use my bare hands a lot. I'm used to it. However, most people may find this a little bit hard to do. Those coals are hot. That grill is hot. This corn is hot. Don't let me fool you. But if you need to let it cool down a little bit before you remove the hot husk, set it aside, and just take the proper precautions necessary. Looking really good. We're about there. I'm gonna put those steaks in the back end of these corns, and then we'll set up for spices and seasoning. These are perfect. So you get a little bit of caramelization all around, not too burnt. Put them aside there. Oh, those look good. We're gonna let them cool down. In the meantime, steak's going on the fire. Sizzle. Okay. So the idea is to coat the corn with the mayonnaise, which may sound a little strange to most people. If you're like me, you probably think, what, mayonnaise on corn? Gross. But if you have ever had this dish in Mexico or Cuba or a lot of Latin American countries where they just kind of do it on the side of the road with like a hot dog type cart and a little grill, you come to realize that it's quite delicious. So as weird as it sounds, mayonnaise on corn can actually be pretty good. So you want to coat it evenly, not too much, not like so that it's swimming in it, but the idea is that the cheese and the chili powder has some sort of substance to kind of adhere to. And having the chopstick that I sharpened jammed in the back end of it just makes it easier. You don't have to get your fingers all covered in mayonnaise, especially out in the bush. I know my hands are really filthy. It's because I've been touching charcoal this whole time trying to get the fire just right. It's kind of been behind the scenes. You've seen me do it a little bit, but I've really been working it a lot more than what you've been seeing on camera. It's just impossible to show everything, but fires do take a lot of work. They are just, you have to consistently monitor the right amount of heat coming out of these things, otherwise you're going to burn your dish, or it's just not going to come out like you had really hoped it would. So really just a small amount of mayonnaise. You know, a $2 jar of mayonnaise is going to go a long way on this trip. This is the only dish that I require it in. So I'm going to put it right back into the cooler right now so it doesn't get hot. But we'll pick it up from here. Okay, the next order of business is Parmesan cheese. And you just sprinkle it on really liberally. Put it all over that stuff. I like the Parmesan cheese on a lot of dishes. It's one of my favorite toppings on pizzas and spaghetti and wherever else. So it's about what it should look like there. Just covered in Parmesan. And then the next step, chili powder. Chili powder you don't need to add as liberally as the Parmesan, just kind of a light sprinkle to taste. So it kind of gets that reddish color to it. And there you have it. Serve this to your friends. They will be impressed with your worldliness in the culinary division. Let's try it. That is so good. Oh, why is that so good? I don't know. Mayonnaise on corn. It's crazy, but it's delicious.
Surprise. Get that corn out of my face!
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what kind of dishes you'd like me to build out here in the backcountry, and I'll try my best to put them together for you. But also, if you missed my salsa recipe video, go back one. I'll tag it right here. It's the recipe on how to make the best salsa in the backcountry. Hands down. Mexican approved.